Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know that I left you guys hanging with my last video to this one. Sorry, I'm just like feeling a little like chunk in my chin. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my symptoms from week 4 until now, which is I will be 14 weeks by the time you see this. But I'm not going to drag this out because I know that most of you just want to know the gender if you don't follow me on Instagram, because that's where I shared. 1 second, I will tell you right now. We're having a little boy. We are so excited. Sorry if you hear Buster. He's barking at Rob because if Rob doesn't share his food, he's very, very upset. I was like, if you're going to be like this with our child, every time they yell and scream and give in, we're going to have a monster dog and a monster child. So really quickly before I get into the symptoms, a few people have asked if I will share like what I did leading up to transfer. I did nothing special at all. The only thing I did was I did eat pineapple core. I took it the morning before the transfer and I took it 5 days after. I didn't do acupuncture. I didn't take anything crazy extra. The medications that I was on were baby aspirin, just one, the progesterone by the doctor, injection and progesterone suppositories. Push those bad boys up, they're gross. And then what else? Just a prenatal DHA, nothing out of the ordinary. I did come home and rest. They say to have like warm foods and keep your feet warm. I did make soup that night and I did like wear socks and stuff, but we did our transfer in August, so it was already warm out. But yeah, after transfer, I kind of just like lived a normal life. I only really rested that day, kept my feet up. I mean, I think that like no matter what you do, it's either going to work or not. I know some people do acupuncture. I know some people do all these crazy things. In the past, I've done acupuncture. It kind of, it took a lot of time and it was far away. So I kind of just didn't follow through with that. But I really didn't do anything crazy at all for my transfer. So we are going to jump right in. My symptoms. I'm going to start with like how I was feeling after transfer, because I know that I was on the video, but I didn't like go into details. And I think that I have that written down. You know what? I didn't even write them down. I guess like 4 weeks is about, so when you do your transfer, your frozen embryo transfer, or even a fresh transfer, it's technically you're transferring on 2 weeks, 5 days. And then by the time you find out, you're just about 4 weeks, depending on if you like take a test early or not. I only took a test a day before my blood work. So that was about 4 weeks. So all I felt during 4 weeks was tired. I did feel a lot of slight cramping, which was like actually made me like really nervous. But all of the Googling I did told me that it was completely normal. But other than that, I felt completely fine. So you're gonna hear me tell you that I was tired a lot. Part of me is like, is it baby? Or part of me is wondering if it's just the lack of caffeine. Because I know a lot of people cut out caffeine completely. I have not. I continue to have my 1 cup of decaf, my 1 regular cup of coffee. And then if I'm still like in the mood for coffee, because I just love the taste, I will have some decaf. I know that a lot of decafs are full of chemicals. So I do use like an organic Swiss water decaf. I get one from Whole Foods and it's delicious. So week 5, I'm very out of breath too. Week 5, I was tired and I started to become very, very thirsty, and I'm still very thirsty all the time. A lot of twinges still in week 5. And right before week 6, we did our first ultrasound at 5 weeks, 5 days, or 5 weeks, 6 days. This is when I went in and they showed us the little, it was this tiny little speck, and we could just, Rob wasn't able to come to any of this. I did see the heartbeat like flicker a little bit, but we couldn't hear it just yet. And I know like in the past I asked them to see me before like a 2-week wait, but I kind of just wanted, not a 2-week wait, but like I went in for that appointment and then they scheduled me for 2 weeks later. And in the past I asked to be seen before that 2 weeks, but this time I just wanted to like take a break, because before every ultrasound I kind of get anxious and nervous that something's gonna go wrong, and I just wanted like a long break of just enjoying like being pregnant, even though it's very hard for me to just enjoy being pregnant. Like I'm still, it's very weird to say. I'll get into that at the end of the video. I'll talk more about like my emotions. But yeah, that's when we had that appointment. And it was measuring a little ahead. but I didn't change any due dates based on anything. So according to my transfer date, which was August 31st, our due date would be May 19th. Later on I'll tell you guys why they changed it a day. And then 6 weeks pregnant, I felt a lot of twinges, and a few of them like gave me goosebumps. They weren't like sharp, but they were sharp enough that like they gave me a little bit of goosebumps. And again, I was just very thirsty and tired. So around 7 weeks is when I started to feel a little nauseous, but nothing like crazy where like I ever threw up. The nausea was just more like, it kind of started like me not wanting to eat much. No, not wanting me to eat anything healthy. I'm eating quite a lot actually. But it's just like I've been like not in the mood for anything. And this started around week 7. Like I usually eat like vegetables and a pretty good dinner, and from time to time I have like some crap, but I just was not in the mood for much of anything. So that's when like my nausea started, and this is when like this cramping kind of like went away. I noticed at 8 weeks that my sense of smell was way heightened. Like I started smelling like the dog 100 times more. This is when it started to get really bad for me to take him out. When he poops, I'm gonna gag just thinking about it. I've just like noticed a lot of smells a lot more than usual starting 8 weeks, and it's still kind of there. I was still a little nauseous. Again, I did not throw up, knock on wood, at all. But it's just like an annoying nausea feeling. Like you feel like you might like just uncomfortable. Nothing, I'm not even gonna complain about it because I feel like I'm very lucky that I didn't get sick. But I was hungry all the time, but still not in the mood for anything except like bean burritos, tomato soup and grilled cheese. Nothing good for me. The day before, not even. So at the end of 8 weeks, I was putting the progesterone in the morning, and I noticed a little pink on the applicator, so I kind of panicked, but I called the doctor, of course, right away. I actually wish I didn't even tell Rob, because I told him I was spotting and his face kind of dropped, and I felt so bad to like scare him, because even though I was scared, I was trying to be really positive this whole time. But the doctor said that it's probably just irritation from the progesterone, and all of the extra hormones down there kind of make it very sensitive. So luckily it lasted like hardly even 3 wipes. Like I panicked for no reason. But I mean, after you've had miscarriages, it's kind of like, how do you not panic after seeing some kind of red or blood when you're doing that? Okay, so then we're in our 9 weeks. I was tired. This is when my heartburn started. I usually get heartburn from gluten, but I've been trying to still eat a lot of gluten-free stuff, but I have not been good at it. But I was getting like heartburn like in the middle of the night. And I'm very thirsty. I'm thirsty all the time. Like I want ice cold water. Like the thirst is like out of control, and I cannot drink too much close to bedtime because then I'm up peeing all night long. I graduated the RE that week. I was 9 weeks, 5 days. I was so sad, so emotional. I cried. I was like, please keep me, please deliver my baby. But at this appointment, the baby was measuring right on track. We heard the heartbeat. Well, I heard the heartbeat. And then I was very lucky. I made an OB appointment like 2 days later when I turned 10 weeks. And I'm glad that I did, because the morning of, at my last RE appointment, they told me they saw a very small SCH, which is, I don't even know if I'm ever saying this right, a subchorionic hematoma. And in my past miscarriages, when I started bleeding, I was always hoping that this was the reason. But it was very small. And the night before I had my OB appointment is when the bleeding started. And I was just like, again, I had like this pit in my stomach. I just couldn't wait to get there. And the appointment took forever because I had to fill out like this much paperwork, and it kind of annoyed me because once I got into the into the office, they just asked me all those questions anyway, and they typed it in as I went. So I was like, I sat in the car for 45 minutes filling out all this paperwork while I'm having like an anxiety attack for them to just ask me all the same questions. I was so annoyed. But they said that there was nothing to worry about. Baby was actually measuring a little bit big, and that's when they officially changed my due date to May 18th. So it's just by a day. I know that like a due date is just like a guess, and babies will come whenever they want. So I changed it in my app, but it is what it is. And what do we do? The pink spotting, nauseous, nothing too crazy. Oh, I was still reading off of 9 weeks. I'm so sorry, guys. We're on 10 weeks, but the bleeding stopped, like, it lasted like not even like the rest of like, it lasted like a little bit of spotting the rest of that day, and it didn't even really go into day 2, but they told me like no intercourse for 2 weeks, no working out, which I was fine with. I mean, it was totally fine. And I started getting really tired in 10 weeks, and then by 11 weeks it just got so tired I started taking naps, and I'm just like never fully rested. And I think that it's just, again, I don't know if it's from lack of caffeine or the baby. It's probably a mixture, but everybody keeps telling me it's because I'm growing a baby, but maybe I'm used to not the caffeine now. I don't know. Very thirsty, not in the mood for veggies. The only way I'm like really having good veggies is my morning protein shake, where I do chocolate protein, banana, coconut milk, flaxseed. I do a little bit of almond butter, and I put tons and tons of spinach in there, and that is like the most I'm getting vegetables in a day. I have been like having a salad here and there. I'm trying really hard. I really am. I really wanted to work out today, but I didn't. And then 12 weeks, still very, very tired. The nausea seemed to have gone away. It was like very exciting. I was hoping that I'd want to start eating better, but it's not like I'm having just like a hard time wanting things. Like I will have my meal plan planned and prepped for the week, and then I'm just like, I'm not in the mood for any of that. Like I will smell something. Like today, for example, I was at work after school watching the kids, and the mom had put in like pulled pork in the slow cooker, and the smell of the barbecue sauce just made me want barbecue chicken all day. So I came home and put chicken in the oven with barbecue sauce on it. I had my NT scan at 12 weeks. At 12 weeks, what day? I forgot to write down that I've been out of breath the entire time, even before my transfer, and I think that's from the progesterone. That's what starts you to feel like out of breath, and it's just gotten like worse. I had the NT scan at 12 weeks, 3 days, I believe. 1, 2, 3, yes. And at that appointment, I went to see a specialist. I didn't see the OB. And that's where it's called the nocturnal, I'm saying this totally wrong, translucency test. That's where they are measuring the liquid behind the spine or behind the neck. It's in the spine, I guess, because if it's too thick, or I think if it's too thick, it's an indication of like some other kind of abnormalities. Even though we did chromosomal testing on the embryo, they still had us do the NIPT blood work. I actually got those results back today, and everything's normal. So this is when like I tried to like get excited. After every week and every appointment, everybody in my family and friends were like, "Are you excited yet?" And it's like, I was like, after this appointment I'll get excited, after this appointment I'll get excited. It was just, it's really hard for me to get excited because I get embarrassed after I get excited. After the last 3 miscarriages, it's just like you get excited and then it goes away. So I was, you know, like I felt stupid for getting so excited. So at this point, it's like everybody's getting excited and I don't want to get emotional. I was trying really hard to get myself excited, but I don't know. I'm still trying. After having so many downs, it still doesn't feel real. I don't know. Like, I keep forgetting, to be honest with you, because I've waited so long for this. Still very, very thirsty. And then 13 weeks, which was the start of my weeks change over on Tuesday. I don't know if I said that or not. Last Tuesday was 13 weeks. I thought 13 weeks was the second trimester. Some apps say it is. Some apps say that it is 14 weeks. So I'm officially 14 weeks tomorrow when you see this. So I'm just going to go with that finally being the second trimester. Last week, I think I was having sciatica pain. I don't know. I was having like the sharp pain down like one side of my butt cheeks and into my leg. I think it's a little early for that. So I need to start doing some stretching and stuff. But I think it's totally normal. What else? I swear to God, last night I felt a little something, but I could just be all in my head. I still sleep on my belly, so I'm kind of just like trying to overfeel everything. But I know that he is like deep in there, and I probably haven't felt anything. But I think I'm getting to like the end of sleeping on my belly because it's getting a little like, I feel like very full down there, and I don't want to squish him. I know that I can't squish him, but I am not a back sleeper. I know that you're not supposed to sleep on your back, and I'm trying to practice sleeping on my side, but I'm just like the most comfortable on my belly. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll get like a pillow soon, and that'll help. But yeah, that gets you guys up to date. Just like a quick run through. I know that like some people get like really bad symptoms. I've been very, very lucky to not like have anything too intense so far. But now we're all caught up, so hopefully like I'll do these like every few weeks. I probably won't do them weekly just because life is still crazy. I know that like I have not posted a lot of what I ate videos because of, I feel like you guys would have like guessed it in some of the videos. Like I've been like addicted to having tomato and olive sandwiches. They're like my jam, my favorite thing, because I can't have cold cuts. I know that some people say you could warm it up, but who wants warmed up meat? I don't care for that. I don't know if like you could warm it up and then cool it off again. I don't know if that ruins it. I don't know. But I love sandwiches. So I've been having tomato and olive sandwiches and spicy olives, jalapeno stuffed olives. And I've just been like loving Taco Bell bean burritos. I want to try to eat better. But yeah, we still haven't told the kids in Rob's family. We're going to tell them on Thanksgiving. I was going to wait to tell Jameson and Stella on Thanksgiving, but we got together for Stella's birthday. And we told them then. I mean, I didn't capture anything on video because I wasn't expecting much. Stella just kind of like opened up. I had like a little onesie that said, guess what? And kind of ran off. She didn't care. Jamie was kind of confused. And I mean, as excited as an 8-year-old boy would get. He was excited that it's a boy, but it wasn't anything spectacular. But I think his nieces and nephews might, because they're older, I think like the girls, like one is 13 and one is 11, I think they're going to be over the moon. So that's why I haven't shared like all my personal stuff yet, just in case. None of them have social media, but I don't want them to like know. But we didn't tell like any family and friends in a fun way because they all kind of knew about the transfer. So I don't have anything like that fun to share, which is totally fine because after everything, you know, I'm just happy to be at this point. Like I want to mention my emotions and my feelings. It's taken me a while to get like this excited. This is the onesie that I bought for our like announcement that I posted on Instagram, and I refused to even order it until I graduated the RE. I was very hesitant to order it before the 12-week ultrasound with the specialist. I've just been so afraid to jinx myself. So I've really only bought 2 things. I bought this little onesie and the guess what onesie that I was telling you. Buster's singing to the TV. I don't even know if you can hear that. And then my sister has been buying and friends have been buying me stuff. So I kind of just like tuck it away in the room that'll be the baby's room, which is a mess. What else? What else did I want to say? I don't have much of a belly yet. I think it's just like bloat and just chunk. I have only gained 5 pounds, which I'm surprised at, to be honest with you. I feel like it's mostly growing in my double chin and my boobs. I'll show you a little bump pic, a little bump shot, but it's not much of anything. I have been finding that wearing maternity clothes is a lot more comfortable than my regular work pants because they're so tight. Sorry, I was looking at myself in the mirror. They're so tight. So I do have a black pair of maternity pants. I actually ordered these gray ones from Old Navy. They're like big in like the weirdest places. So I actually have to return those. And honestly, I'm afraid to like buy too many work stuff because I don't know how much longer I'll be in school. I actually have an OB appointment tomorrow. I'm going to ask her how she feels about me being at school because the COVID cases are rising here in New Jersey. I know they're rising all over the country. So, I mean, honestly, at school, I feel fine because there's only half the amount of kids at school. Like, in most of my classes, there's no more than 7 kids. And I'm wearing my mask all day, and kids aren't really getting it at school. They're getting it outside of school. If you have kids and they want to hang out with friends and they want to go to parties, tell them no. Like, I feel like people have gotten so lenient on the rules because they're over it, which I get it. We're all over it. But you have to be safe for like other people. I don't know. I don't want to get started on that because I'm just so annoyed that people are being so stupid. But yeah, so I'm afraid to buy like a lot of work clothes. I'm actually afraid to buy any kind of maternity clothes because I feel like I'm jinxing myself. But I did get a pair of leggings from Target, which are super, super soft. I love them. And a friend was really nice and gifted me Belly Bandit leggings. Are also amazing. They're not see-through at all. Like, if you want to like invest in a good pair of like expensive, they weren't even that expensive. They were like $54. I was waiting and waiting for the Nordstrom ones to come back in sale, the Zella ones, but for some reason they only have extra, extra large. I don't know why. But I'm glad I got those because they're actually a little bit better quality and they were cheaper. I will leave a link down below to the Belly Bandit ones and the Target ones. Honestly, the Target ones are butter soft. But as far as like everything else, I'm just like, I don't know how my body's gonna grow. So far just wearing like oversized shirts does the trick. But so far it's just like my boobs are bigger and it's just like uncomfortable and I just feel like chunk. That's all I feel like. So I'll show you the bump. See, I think it's just chunk. We'll probably be able to tell as like my appendix scar pops out. But see, like even my jammy pants are getting tight. So I might need to get bigger ones. But that's how we are. What are we, 14 weeks tomorrow? I feel like these are annoying the crap out of me. And I know that they're just gonna get worse. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Oh my god, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. Thank you guys so much for all of your messages. I read every single one. I was overwhelmed with the amount of messages that I got. I'm gonna mention this in another What I Ate video in the beginning. Because it made me so emotional to read all of your comments because I know that you guys have been wanting this for us just as bad as like we have wanted it, and it's just some people were just it just makes me emotional thinking about how happy you guys are, and I don't know, it's just so surreal. If you guys have any like questions that you want answered, leave them down below. I could do like a separate Q&A on like being pregnant after infertility and after miscarriages. Like, ask away. I know that this can be a very lonely journey if you are doing IVF, if infertility. Message me, reach out to me after I catch my breath. I'm there for you if you need anything, because I've made the most amazing internet friends by sharing my story. They've been my biggest cheerleaders, and it's good to have somebody to talk to that's gone through it, because I love my friends and family, but you know, they're all pregnant naturally and easy and no losses. Knock on wood for them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one.